Set deep in the hills of central Thailand, an isolated Buddhist sanctuary. A unique order of forest monks with an expert knowledge of the plants and herbs in the jungles they roam. The temple is now a center of global renown, with a controversial treatment that claims to be effective in treating addiction. But the monks also have a weapon, a potion brewed from a secret recipe, with the power to purge.
This is horrible. Worst thing ever, man.
Wat Tham Krabok is a rather unconventional Buddhist temple, founded in the late 50s by a woman disguised as a monk. The Thai government had just banned opium dens at the time. Thousands of addicts were left suffering from withdrawal. The abbot, known as Luang Por, devised a treatment using herbal remedies, rehabilitating the patient's minds as well as bodies.
หลวงพ่อท่านก็เลยทำสูตรยาขึ้นมาเพื่อที่จะรักษาเขาซึ่งจริงๆแล้วพื้นเพทางครอบครัวหลวงพ่อเนี่ยก็จะมีสืบทอดกันมาทางด้านสมุนไพรอยู่แล้วนะใช่ไหมพอมาเริ่มทำการรักษาขึ้นมาก็โดยจริงๆแล้วใช้ยาเนี่ยแค่ 20% เท่านั้นเองนะส่วน 80% เนี่ยหลวงพ่อจะเน้นเรื่องของใจคือให้ถือสัจจะเลิกให้ได้
Since then, more than 100,000 addicts have taken that holy vow, with what the monastery claims are astonishing success rates.
แล้วก็ตอนนี้มีมหาวิทยาลัย2 แห่งก็ทำการวิจัยแล้วก็ออกผลมาแล้วว่า 90% ใน1 ปีเนี่ยผู้ป่วยไม่กลับไปติดอีกนะ
Those figures are hard to confirm, but the monastery has gained popularity because of a string of celebrity patients at home and increasingly from abroad. The rehab program is open to all, Thais and foreigners alike. Although patients have to meet the basic costs of food and lodging, the rest is free. 2 of the overseas patients are Lucas from Germany and Ricky from the UK. They're halfway through their treatment for drug addiction and are now well practiced in the temple's daily routine. They're on a work detail, painting Buddha statues that the temple sells to generate revenue. It may be a strange job for a couple of Europeans, but it gets them back to work.
I think it's good that it's not so strict in here and they don't say you have to believe in Buddha or you have to believe in that or that.
Ricky has been using hard drugs since his early teens, mainly heroin. Now in his mid-20s and after a prison term, the temple is his last chance to get clean.
It's horrible, you know, but as bad as I knew it was, I needed the drugs, you know. So many times I went for help, back home 12 steps and stuff, but it's no good.
After several weeks in the program, Ricky feels he's now turned the corner.
The first couple of days people feel bad, you know, I felt bad, but yeah, it's really good, you know. I would recommend to anyone.
Every day late in the afternoon, all the patients gather in one place. The veterans sit around the edge, chanting encouragement to the beat of a drum. Those who've been in the program less than 2 weeks line up along a drain that runs through the courtyard. By their side is a bucket of water and a cup. The monks work their way down the line. Each patient is given a shot glass of a thick, dark liquid, the secret detoxification potion.
People say just hold your nose and drink it, but I don't know. I've been drinking it. It hasn't done me any harm. Sometimes it's strong or it's not something anything like I drink back home, you know.
It has an almost instantaneous effect.
Terrible. It's horrible, bro.
And afterwards, does it make you feel better?
No. No.
The potion's brewed from a secret recipe of more than 100 wild plants and herbs. Exact quantities and extraction methods are a secret that takes years to learn. These are then stewed for days in a huge urn, eventually producing a pungent liquid with what the monks say is the power to detox the most hardened addict. Okay, well this is the thing. Ooh, it's pretty hot.
A little bit warm, yeah.
A little bit warm. And this is not the medicine that makes the patients vomit. It's a much watered down version, but let's give it a try. It's supposed to have amazing health benefits. It's rather bitter, I have to say. But they say that if you continue to drink this, it'll get rid of all the toxins in your body and you'll slowly start to recover from any sicknesses you're suffering from. Ooh, it is bitter. The same herbal remedy is used at the temple sauna, where patients are encouraged to sweat out the toxins they've ingested. But is there any science behind this treatment and any way of proving its effectiveness? Dr. Virat, Thailand's foremost expert in drug rehabilitation, has seen tens of thousands of patients with all sorts of addictions. Although he thinks there's no danger from the temple's detox potion, he says it's more for the mind than the body.
So like a belief or psychological effect. In Wat Tham Krabok is seem to be like a cold turkey in the old version, but the safety and is important too when using this style of the treatment.
As for the temple's claims of a 90% success rate, he's a bit more skeptical.
People only one chance to treatment, so they cannot come again. So we not know they relapse or not after that.
Sasha is a Russian monk who works with the foreign patients. He came to the temple as an addict himself, and he agrees that it was the treatment for his psychological state that really made the difference.
When I stop use things what kill myself, when I stop use many poisonous things, my reason grow up. And I start thinking about things, about action truthfully.
That revelation persuaded Sasha to stay on and enter the monkhood. Ricky's been living in this shared dormitory since he entered the program. He was using drugs until the day he arrived, but since then he's had nothing to help with his withdrawal. It's one of the hard and fast rules of the temple. Addiction must be cured with the power of the mind alone.
No medicine at all, no, nothing.
Not even paracetamol?
No paracetamol, nothing.
Another basic component of the treatment is that everyone takes part in the daily routine of the temple. The monks gather every morning for breakfast, their only meal of the day. When the meal's finished, the patients wash the dishes and clean up.
When I was on drugs, I used to do nothing, you know, it's everything I wanted to do. I was lazy and was thinking, oh no, make it later. And so you learn how to get a routine, a daily routine in your life.
It may not seem like much, but for these addicts, it's the first step on the road to normality. Getting people clean in a remote setting is one thing, but what about the temptation of the outside world? For many reformed addicts, this is where the real danger of relapse lies. Ricky thinks the temple's given him the strength to clean up, so that when that moment comes, he can resist.
Before I'd say no, you know what I mean? I could even see myself if I go back home or something, I'd go back in the same thing. But now I'm stronger, you know? The longer I stay here, the stronger I got.
เราคิดว่าเราทำให้เขาเป็นที่พึ่งของเขาได้ไงเขาเลิกไปแล้วเขาเป็นที่พึ่งของเขาได้เขาหายสิ่งที่สำคัญที่สุดคือเราทุ่มเทเรารักษาเขาฟรีไม่ได้คิดค่าใช้จ่ายใดๆ
The temple has just one basic rule. Patients can go through the program only once. If they do relapse, then they must seek help elsewhere. For most patients who've traveled down the difficult path of addiction, however, this is already the end of the road.